Okay, so malapit na magsimula ang PBA Season 50 draft. Ilang araw na lang at ang Ginebra, this is a big off-season for them para sa akin. As a fan, nakikita ko na importante tong off-season na to for them. Kasi ilang conferences na sila na parang merong mali, and especially coming off, you know, the news na si 𝗕𝗵𝗵 is not going to return kasi nagpunta siya ng Japan. Kailangan gumawa ng moves ng Ginebra, and I think itong draft na to, opportunity for them to pick up solid players sa draft or use this draft, you know, to trade, move around assets or move around players, consolidate the roster, whatever. Anong kailangan nilang gawin, whatever they need to do to be better sa darating na Filipino Cup sa Season 50. So, pag-usapan natin, this video is going to be more of a chill video, medyo yapping session lang to. This is going to be a 2-part series. Dito sa part 1, we're going to talk about the needs, anong kailangan ng team, ano yung mga possible gaps ng roster na to na kailangan i-address. And this episode 2, we'll talk about specific players. Doon na tayo magpapasok ng data. Yun yung mas may effort gawin kasi medyo, alam mo yung kailangan ko rin mag-research na stats ng clips and actually have an accurate assessment of the players that we're going to talk about. Kaya, yun yung nasa episode 2, hindi episode 1. And hinihintay rin natin yung final, you know, listahan ng mga players na magde-declare. Kasi hindi pa final eh. Friday pa. It's only Thursday right now as of recording this. Anyway, this guy, Coach Tim Cone, alam naman natin na si Coach Tim, base sa, you know, history and even sa Gilas Pilipinas, Coach Tim will do everything in his power for continuity's sake. You know, Coach Tim is not the guy that is going to want change or major change, to be specific. Kung ano yung ngayon, yung change na mangyayari or makikita mo na pwede mong i-expect is going to be minuscule kasi he values continuity. And yes, there's a need, you know, for a player, pero, you know, itong Ginebra team kasi na to under Coach Tim, hindi sila yung tipo ng team na sasabihin nila, okay, itong player na to yung savior. Okay, itong player na to will solve everything. No. They look within and then they assess kung enough ba yun. And I think in my opinion as a fan, bilang, you know, outside looking in, I don't think it's enough kung ano yung nasa loob, nasa team right now. And tong draft na to gives them an opportunity to cook up, you know, something, to change something and, you know, reduce redundancies. Kasi ang daming redundancies sa team na to. Like, mga magkakaparehas ng laro sa same position, etc. Kakulangan sa isang position, puro specialist naman sa kabila. Alam mo yun? And itong draft na to, maraming pwedeng gawin ng Ginebra. Obviously, hindi nabenta yung team na kulay green. So, they have an option to trade up. I know, the haters, marami na namang sasabihin, pero yan yung reality ng mga bagay. May possibility na mag-trade up ang Ginebra. Especially, kailangan nila. Which I will not hate kasi wala eh, ganun talaga eh. Would it be great for the landscape? To be honest, we're too deep in this, you know, trading thing na wala na rin namang mababago. Kung gusto nilang gawin, go lang. Alam mo yun? Yun na yun eh. So, if ever they trade up, merong mga ilang options for them. 2 options, kumbaga. 2 specific players na in my opinion fits Ginebra best. Una si Will Gozum, 6'5". Alam ko maraming sabi, 6'5", power forward. Pero guys, it's the PBA. Wala na tayong magagawa. 6'5", power forward. If merong talent and if merong mako-contribute sa team, go ahead, diba? Yes, coming off a knee injury, baka matakot Ginebra doon, especially meron silang Isaac Go right now. Pero Gozum kasi plays bigger than, you know, his size. He's 6'5", pero kaya niya makisabay sa mga 6'7". And hindi naman din ganun kalaking difference yung 6'5 to 6'7". If kung kukuha ka ng ruler ngayon, ikukumpara mo yung 2 inches, 6'5 to 6'7", especially kapag may sapatos, diba? Iba-iba naman yung midsole and yung taas ng mga sapatos. You don't really see the difference between a 6'5 and a 6'7". Kumbaga, I would argue he plays bigger than Troy Rosario. Si Troy kasi 6'6", 6'7", pero he plays small. He plays like, you know, he's 6'4". Doesn't really like contact. And si Gozum, 6'5", pero he plays like he's 6'7". If that makes sense. Sana gets nyo ako, guys. And then another guy is 𝗠𝗶𝗴𝗵𝗵𝗁. So, sa Bakits channel ko kasi ginawan ko si Gozum. And then, ang pinabala kong dalawa na susunod, si Kun tsaka si 𝗠𝗶𝗵𝗵𝗵. And habang pinapanood ko si 𝗠𝗶𝗵𝗵𝗵 doing my research, meron ako napansin na meron siyang kalaro na player dati ng Barangay Ginebra. Merong player na eerily similar, even yung vibes, to 𝗠𝗶𝗵𝗵𝗁, and that's Mark Caguioa. I think 𝗠𝗶𝗵𝗵𝗁 plays exactly like Mark Caguioa. Kung 2025 Of course, iba naman kasi yung, gets nyo na yung gusto ko sabihin, iba naman kasi yung basketball noon sa ngayon. Kung si Mark 𝗓𝗪𝗏 ngayon siya mag-exist, si 𝗏_𝗏 siya. And it's about time Ginebra realizes na Ginebra sila and they add 𝗏_𝗏 to their backcourt alongside RJ Abarrientos. Diba? For the Ginebra vibes, Ginebra spirit. May nakita akong TikTok ni Robert Jaworski post-game interview. Sabi niya, yung mga referees daw masama.
Yung referee, masama. Hindi, basta hindi iniisip ko sana.
Tapos doon nag-sink in sa akin, nag-gets ko na kung bakit Ginebra maraming fans. Kasi relatable sila and they're exciting to watch. And kapag nasa loob sila ng court, you'd root for them. May pagka-cult following yung dating. Pero, that's what makes basketball fun. And I think a backcourt of RJ and 𝗏_𝗏 is going to be fun. Basically, 2025 rendition ng Fast and the Furious. Coach team is mauubusan ng buhok yan, kaka-contain sa dalawang yon, pero that would be fun. And that would possibly, fill arenas ulit. Kasi ang fans naman, they pay for entertainment and excitement. Hindi magpasahan ng 24 seconds. Anyway, let's go over the needs. First of all, pinaka-obvious is the wing position. Si Jaime Malonzo took his talents to Japan. And now, ang natira na lang sa wing position ng Ginebra, sila Jeremiah, Jason David, and Ralph Koo. So, ang tanong, di ba, ready ba sila na i-take yung next step? For Jeremiah, if healthy, I think kaya naman, di ba? Pero kasi si David, si Koo, tsaka si Maya, specialist to mga to. Si Koo, medyo undefined. He's more of a connecting piece for them na playmaking, diba, solid shooting-ish, inconsistent pero kaya. Defense, di ba? Hindi masyado. And si David, defensive specialist. Si Jeremiah, shooting specialist. Supposedly, pero struggling right now kasi coming off an injury. So, kumbaga yung position na to, yes, merong players to fill the void, pero I think it would be best if they add another guy like a Chris Kun that is going to be more stable, more reliable for them. Chris Kun is the guy na if you watch him play, una mong iisipin, ay, Ginebra, ay, Team Cone. Malaking wing, can handle the ball, can play make-ish, inconsistent shooter, which is buong Ginebra team, pero mataas ang IQ. Reliable sa defense, reliable sa offense. Kumbaga, siya yung pinaka-average player na makikita mo, pero yung skillset na pinaprovide niya, perfect sa kung anong nire-require ng isang Ginebra team under Coach Tim Cone. That's why I think Chris Kun, kung malaglag siya sa 12th pick, no-brainer for me. Kasi it makes sense. Player, talent-wise, skillset-wise, perfect fit. And if yung titignan natin anong kailangan position ng Ginebra to fill the void, it's the wing position, which is Chris Kun. He doesn't solve the shooting issue, pero he solves a lot of issues that Coach Tim would want to solve. First, another gap sa team is yung big man position. Kaya si Ben Adamos yung nasa picture, not Japet Aguilar. Kasi Ben Adamos, for me, ang magiging standard natin sa draft na to para sa big men na nasa listahan sa draft. Kasi kung yung big man na yun, na gusto, kumari, meron tayong target, meron kayong gusto. Ito yung logic ko. Kumari, merong player na big man, like for example, Sean O'Malley. Is he going to play over Ben Adamos? If the answer is no, hindi never mind, kumuha na lang ng wing. Gio Chu, if mag-declare, is he going to play over Ben Adamos? If the answer is yes, which is yes, and then let's go. Let's get Gio Chu. Trade up. Consolidate. Anong hindi kailangan sa team? Kunin natin si Gio Chu. Kung hindi mas magaling kay Ben Adamos or maglalaro over Ben Adamos, kumuha na lang ng ibang position. Yung ibang position na yun pa is the point guard position. A lot of people would argue, ang dami ng gwardiya ng Ginebra. Bakit gwardiya na naman? Si RJ nga hindi magamit. Bakit kukuha pa ng 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏? Alam ko yung sagot sa, sa argument na yon. It's because maraming gwardiya ang Ginebra pero wala silang point guard. And yung kaisa-isang point guard nila, nagko-coach na sa Magnolia. Scottie Thompson is the guy, but shouldn't be. Diba? Yung guard position ng Ginebra is deep, but isn't. Yung guards nila are guards, but are not point guards. And 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is a point guard. Diba yung wing position na pinag-usapan natin kanina? Ang most probable scenario, na-mention ko to sa last video, ang most probable na gagawin na rotation dyan.
Instead of filling the gap sa wing, isa-slide na lang si Hall sa small forward. Scottie sa 2, RJ giving, they'll give him more minutes as a point guard. And then si Maverick yung magsisplit ng minutes na maglalaro siya minsan 1, minsan 2, minsan 1, minsan 2. And yun yung mangyayari doon.
But, if 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 becomes a barangay Ginebra King, 𝗏 provides the playmaking and IQ and pagiging point guard na hinahanap ni Coach Tim kay RJ. Na kaya si RJ hindi makalaro because of defense, pero RJ as well struggled being the point guard kasi RJ, yes, grabe, exceptional vision, exceptional playmaking, pero is more of a scorer. So si Dalf can play alongside RJ, yes, might struggle defensively, but who cares at this point, diba? Pero Dalf brings in the LA Tenorio, IQ, and pagpo-point guard. Si RJ kasi, Tim Cone, nung panahon ni RJ, past couple of, a few conferences ago, Coach Tim is trying to turn RJ into LA, but RJ is more of a JJ. Diba? Si RJ is a JJ eh. And si Dalf is more of an LA. So with Tim Cone expecting RJ to be LA, it failed kasi RJ is JJ. Now with Dalf, kung makuha si Dalf automatically becomes the LA. And RJ can be the JJ. So ayun, yan yung primer, yan yung briefing natin sa darating na draft para sa Barangay Ginebra. Episode 2, we're going to talk about some players na I think would work best for Barangay Ginebra. Isa-separate ko siya into 3 tiers. Una, yung mga mataas, yung kailangan nila mag-trade up. Gamitin yung 𝗕𝗸𝗏𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗁 magic. And then yung susunod, yung mga realistic, mga pwedeng mag-drop, and yung mga pwedeng maging available sa position nila. And then yung susunod naman yung mga sleeper picks, yung mga Jonard Clarito picks. So ayun, antayin natin yung official list and then sisimulan ko na yung production for that.